Starbane's Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, aka the Pandy Pods.
AKA the Pods with Jay and Ran, and we are taking down the man.
That's right, aka Sklar's reporting the news so strange but trues. Brian, Mateo, Venegas,
The third.
I love them. Love you guys. Thank you for sending those in. Hashtag aka Sklar. Send us your favorite ones. Fix us, Jay. There we go. Send us your favorite ones, and we'll go from there. We love it so much. Love delivering this content for you, and I hope you're enjoying it too.
All right, let's dig in.
Shall
So
we?
I think part of the Karens and the concept of Karen that makes people the most mad
Is the entitlement.
it's the entitlement.
It is.
That's what makes people freak out.
Usually it's unearned.
And it's usually wielded like a weapon, right?
And even if someone is entitled to something, when they claim it so vociferously, like that's the problem.
When they will stop at nothing to go after something that they feel is rightfully theirs in public, that's when the public fights back.
That's right. Public's going to clap back.
People are the whole social media and the public is going to put them on blast.
That's right.
And as Randy, I think you stated on this podcast before, that's why this will never end.
Because they think they're right.
No one sets out to be a Karen.
No, just like no one sets out to be in a cult.
No one aspires to do that, right? If they do, I mean, damn,
You got a deeper
that's a whole other issue. Yeah.
So there are very few people who are like, I would like to be a Karen.
You
Nobody.
get there, you become a Karen. It's a consequence of narcissism mixed with entitlement.
Yeah.
That's what puts you in that spot.
Mixed with a total disregard for the rest of the world.
Right. And a lack of self-awareness.
Sure.
And the rest of the world that has to put up with you, and the rest of the world that will
enables
be,
you.
And the rest of the world is going to be responding to you if this behavior gets taped or it gets put out into
Hence
the world.
the shock of the person.
Right. When they get called out.
And the surprise when they get called out.
They're shocked. They can't believe it. This is a thing that they didn't feel like they deserved.
To me, that surprise is always amazing.
And that's the joy. And I think that's why people get excited when they see it. Mm-hmm. We got
It's like
another
those
one.
are the videos that on our social media that go nuts.
Right. And it rightfully so, because you're just like, wait, this person has no self-awareness.
No
They
clue.
are digging in so deep and they are so wrong.
Let's get into one.
We got another one. This one has nothing to do, by the way, with refusing to wear a mask in a pet shop, but it feels like it comes from the same emotional place.
Yeah, let's dig
in. Okay. This tale comes to us from Wisconsin, and yes, it involves cheese.
Is that even I didn't even want to ask you that.
I don't even think I had to say that.
Yeah.
Something no one should be surprised about, even for one small bit. A Juneau County woman filed a federal lawsuit Sunday against the company that creates Bagel Bites pizza snacks.
Okay, gonna stop that right there.
As my son used to say, pause it. When I was reading him a story when he was little and he'd have to go pee, he'd be like, Dad, can you pause the book? I was like, I can't pause the book. The book just keeps running.
It just keeps going.
You just come
There's
back
no
and you pick
remote
it up
for
where
the
we
book.
leave it off.
Well,
Pause
if
the book. I gotta
if
pee.
it's on Kindle, maybe. So, a grown woman filing a federal case. Remember when our grandma
Pearl, may she rest in peace, used to say to us when we would start complaining about anything,
Don't make a federal case about it. That's what she'd say to us.
Don't make a federal case out of it.
She knew the distinction that, like, if you're going to file a federal case about something, you better damn well have a
So
good
when I
reason.
hear that someone filed a federal case about something, I'm like, it's freaking serious.
And it's about Bagel Bites, guys. We're talking Bagel Bites.
To file a federal case with the company that creates
Bagel Bites pizza snacks tells me there's something serious going on here.
That tells me there's nothing serious going on here.
Well, seriously
She
wrong.
made a federal case about it. She didn't listen to our Grandma Pearl.
And now she's going to get lambasted.
She filed a federal case against the company that creates Bagel Bites, alleging that the packaging of the product deceives customers because it does not have real mozzarella cheese, real is in quotes, and tomato sauce.
Well, she is from Wisconsin, so she does know
What the
cheese.
hell are you doing buying Bagel Bites?
That's right.
You should be making your own Bagel Bites with cheese curds.
That's right.
like a respectable Wisconsin woman.
And I think she's wrong about the mozzarella, by the way, Jay.
It might not be a lot of mozzarella, but I think, which by the way, a lots of mozzarella could be the name of like
Sebastian Maniscalco's next album.
or future restaurant.
There you go. Lots of mozzarella.
There's a little mozzarella.
Lots of mozzarella by Sebastian. Those should be family style restaurants with comedy.
Or Bagel Bites. Like he could sell Bagel Bites with
could.
tons of mozzarella on them.
Like they're kind of like tiny lasagna bagels.
That his grandma's thrown into an
Winging
onion
into an
a
oven.
basin. According to the lawsuit filed in federal court, Caitlin Huber,
Oh, the Huber on this girl.
yeah, it's very close to hubris, argues that the packaging of Kraft Heinz Food Company's pizza bagels snacks is misleading.
And Caitlin, very close to Karen. So it's like almost like she's
She's
Karen.
got almost Karen. Like if you take out some of the letters, it's almost Karen and it's almost hubris.
I think she's misrepresenting herself. You're not Caitlin Huber. You're Karen Hubris.
So hold on a second, Caitlin Huber. You're telling me that packaged food tries to make their crappy food look better than it is?
How dare they? In this day and age and in this society.
She alleges.
Wait, you're telling me that some in this society,
The photo on the side of the Hot Pockets is trying to make it look better than it actually is in real life?
or somebody's trying to tell you that something that isn't true is true, like, I don't know, an election was stolen?
She alleges the front label's emphasis on mozzarella cheese and real dairy is false because the product does not contain real mozzarella cheese.
First of all,
You
don't
for
know-
real, I'm not even clowning. How does she know?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that she's from Wisconsin, but is that her only qualification?
She's a cheeseologist, Jay.
A chedographer?
Cheddarographer would be great.
She also argues that reasonable Wisconsin consumers would expect a product with tomato sauce to only contain tomato ingredients and seasonings, not thickeners.
Well, I mean, reasonable Wisconsin consumers would not be eating this.
Well, if you're suing the people who make bagel bites, then I hate to break it to you, you don't get to speak for reasonable Wisconsin consumers.
You don't. You really don't. You can only speculate the tendencies of regular, reasonable people.
Seeing that you are not one.
You are
'Cause
not
you're
a reasonable
filing
person
lawsuit against Bagel Bites. You're
Yeah.
trying to sue Bagel Bites. You don't get to speak up for the reasonable people of this world ever again.
Me and all the other reasonable people. Hold on, right there.
No,
I think
no,
all the
you're not
other
in that group.
I think all the other reasonable consumers in Wisconsin should be able to sue her for trying to portray herself as a reasonable consumer.
The lawsuit also states the dairy industry is, quote, more integral to Wisconsin than potatoes are to Idaho and oranges to Florida.
I would have said meth to Florida. and
Or
that's
home
me.
zoos to Florida.
Exactly. Or stepdads to Florida. There you go. Stepdads are Florida's greatest export, by the way.
According to the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection, the dairy industry contributes $45.6 billion to Wisconsin's economy each year. She's right.
Again, to me, sounds like you should be making your own bagel bites.
Your own homemade Wisconsin authentic bagel bites.
Instead of going with the processed national brand.
What's the matter? You don't want to support local
Dairy-
Wisconsin dairy,
dairy farmers,
farmers?
what you want?
I bet there's a local Wisconsin cheesemaker that makes their own bagel bites.
And you could be supporting that person, but instead, you got to file this lawsuit. Let's take a break. When we
Yeah.
come back, we're going to get into more specifics about this dumb Caitlin Huber.
The hubris!
The Huber on Caitlin Huber. We'll be right back with more Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, right after this. Hey guys, couple days left. Welcome back to the show. Want to mention we got the live Dumb People Town this Saturday.
Heyo.
It's gonna be great. Nowhere Comedy Club, the Doughboys, Chris Thiele. He's gonna do a mandolin version of our podcast theme. The fried chicken sandwich challenge. Can't wait to do it blindly. We're gonna tell you which is our favorite because it's perfect for the Doughboys. A Greenlee. Get your tickets at nowherecomedyclub.com or at danielvankirk.com. We want to see everybody there because we want to keep doing these shows. Can't
yes.
keep doing them if we don't have a lot of people there, and we want you guys to be there.
That's right.
All right. When we left, a woman was suing, a Wisconsin woman, claimed to be a reasonable Wisconsin consumer, suing Bagel Bites because it didn't have in her, what she's saying, real
Mozzarella cheese.
and tomato, and it was using thickeners. All right. So here we go.
So she notes that the state makes over a quarter of the nation's cheese.
Which, how does that help her argument?
Is that helpful to your argument?
What you're
So on every fourth point about cheese that she makes, she's right?
Maybe.
Huber also alleges that the real dairy seal, quote, is misleading, comparing the one used on bagel boxes on the bagel bites box and a real dairy seal. To me, so what she's saying is that it has a real dairy seal on it.
Right,
And
right.
she says that that's misleading. To me, she's just showing how easily duped she can be by a label and an image on a package.
That's right.
Who doesn't know what bagel bites are before you buy them? Who?
Who's like, well, I think this is real. Well, there's let me check with the stamp on the pack. Let me believe the package
It's
on
frozen.
this. That's right.
It's frozen. It's a frozen snack. You're supposed to feel shame about it and then stuff it in your face.
That's exactly
and then
right.
feel shame about it again.
Afterwards.
The lawsuit was filed as a class action lawsuit, meaning on behalf of anyone who bought the pizza bagels in the state.
What
Why
are you-
class action?
What are you, Aaron Bagel Bitovich?
the class action, I guess because she's classless, maybe because she's clueless. That's another classic, by the way, Karen misstep.
Yep.
Thinking that a crowd is forming behind you in support of you.
Nope. Just you, girl.
You're always alone. You're alone. You're going to die on this Bagel Bites hill. Alone.
Exactly.
Alone.
You're going to die alone, Karen.
I have more respect for Caitlyn Jenner than I do for Caitlyn Huber.
At least she's trying to make real change.
At least Caitlyn Jenner had the guts to kill someone with her car while texting.
That's right. She took a stand.
The lawsuit seeks an unspecified amount of monetary damages for consumers, as well as for the company to change its packaging. Well,
now that's why. That's why she did.
It's a money grab. That's what we got here.
Exactly.
It's a money grab. It's also, and I'm going to say it's also part of a larger problem that we've seen come to the forefront ever since Dumb Donald took office.
That's right. Is that there's no
one's capable of taking an L anymore in this world, right?
That used to be when you lost. You just take the L and you move on.
You bought a cheap box of frozen Bagel Bites, and
I won't make that mistake again.
you say like the normal person says, look, I thought I could get by on it. There's not enough cheese on these. I'm done. I'm not buying these ever again. You got me, Bagel Bites. You got me for one box. Never again.
But no one will accept the real defeat in this
You
country
lost the
anymore.
presidency. You tried really hard. In the end, you lost. Take
Got
your
a lot of
defeat,
votes, and
take your L and take it gracefully and step aside.
He can't, and she can't.
Those days are over.
By the way,
in this
no one
country.
can break up with another person anymore without coming back to your house with explosives and taking
No one
hostages.
can fire anyone anymore
without
from a
that
business.
person coming to the back and shooting up the place.
All of this was, of course, normalized and encouraged by Donald Trump when he said he would not accept that he got his ass handed to him in the national vote and in the electoral college. It was a landslide.
He could not accept the blowout, and so he incited people to riots.
Riots.
It's the same damn thing with the Bagel Bites. You don't think it's connected? It is connected.
You already lost when you bought Bagel Bites.
You deserve nothing, Caitlin.
And Caitlin, you're a disgrace, honestly, to the cheese-loving people of Wisconsin. We've met those people. We've gone to Wisconsin.
We've had the cheese curds.
Take your L and go home. You
That's
don't deserve to represent those people.
You don't deserve to ever eat real cheese again. And that's our sentence for you. And that is a show, guys. Stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. This is not a hoax.
But we got the jokes.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.